Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 1 of the Multiplayer Showdown. My name is Sabouts, and we're about to kick it off with good old turn 1 and see where we started. I have not taken a look yet at the map. I just got my turn through email and ready to go ahead and check it out, and fingers crossed we got a good spawn spot. Here we go. Alright, the Lich King, God of Airmore. In the beginning there was chaos. I'll pull this up. I'm not going to read the whole thing out, but you guys can go ahead and read it if you'd like. Now the wheel has once turned again. Once again, if you guys want to read this, you can go ahead and pause it. I'm not going to read it. And there we go. Alright, let's see where we spawned. And then we're going to do a little bit of discussing on plans. Okay, so there we go. Boy, oh my goodness, I don't know how I feel about this map. Oop. I'm going to tell you why. Look at this. Everybody take a look at this. What is going on here? You've got to be kidding me. At least we're close enough to it that we pose a threat. I like this. That's a province, right? I don't like these province lines. They're hard to tell. Yeah, that's a province there. Okay, that's its own province there with a throne. There's a throne there. And then we just got a pile of thrones right here. Okay, and we've got some water provinces. Alright, so this is where we've started. We gotta take a look and see. I don't really think off the top of my head I have any particular strategy. I'm gonna say that I spawned in an area that there's really no, I don't see any like particular way I can close borders off. I'm kind of in the middle of this massive landmass. Which I guess, because it's a wraparound map, I guess everybody's kind of in that same predicament. The only spot that might be a little bit better is if you were like in this, because you could maybe like create some type of border for yourself, unless you had to worry about water, which you know people kind of do because of me. And some other nations will probably be able to get into the water, but I guess I can go ahead and create, kind of like a makeshift border up here, and then I'll just be constantly fighting wars and expanding south. I'm hoping to kind of use the water as my advantage. I'll probably march across here and take some of these. The fact that I've got thrones somewhat nearby is pretty good. Whoever spawned near this, though, is going to be a big threat. So hopefully whoever spawned near this is going to be a large enough threat that we can get a little bit of diplomacy kicking and take some people out. Okay, enough of the geography though. Let's take a look at what we've got. So we don't have our pretender yet. That's fine. We know that. We do have Death Stink, the spectator. So he's ethereal. And other than that, nothing too crazy. Level 2 Death Mage. And then we've got Simoth the Censor, and he's a sacred unit. As for actual units, okay, Simoth the Censor, he's got a couple, what do we got here? We've got some long dead, and I believe these are also some long dead legionnaires. So they all, okay, and long dead Valetti. All poor amphibians, they're undead, so they do have that nice morale bonus. Basically makes them unstoppable. We'll go ahead and set them to attack the closest. Actually, we don't want to necessarily, let's see, attack closest enemy. I believe these guys do have javelins. They do both of them. They both have javelins. So we want them to fire at the closest enemy. Actually, that would make sense. And then they can go ahead and attack. We'll just set him behind troops for now. We don't have to get anything crazy here. Or, Airmore wise, you know, you don't really have to go like nuts. Okay, how about you, buddy? What can you do? You should be able to... We're going to want to do some... Let's see. We got a little bit of death gems. We need to get some units that can... get research going. We're going to go ahead and get an Acolyte. That's going to be pretty important. And then we really don't know what's around us, so we are going to want to scout at some point. Or is there nothing around us? Why are these empty? Not sure. Or can I just not see because I don't have a scout? That's probably what it is. And I won't have one. Really, I don't? Why is it like that? I'm sure there's a good reason, and I just don't know. Well, normally it would make sense to wait a turn. I do need to grab up land pretty quickly, but without having a good idea of what's around me, I don't want to take any chances. We're going to go ahead and end this turn, and I'll see you guys in turn 2. Okay, in turn 2, I got a couple messengers here. Keep slumbering, Lich, or be cleansed by the holy relics of the Knights of Man. Do not approach our lands. Your dominion itself is declaration of war. I expected this. Oop. Greetings, undead brothers. I wish not to be enemies. While the living try to slay us, I hope you see that peace between us would do us well. Oh. Let me make some notes here in my book so I know who I'm going to be messaging back. I agree. Peace between us. To all who mourn the loss of our Pantocrator, it is with great sadness and solemnity that we, the humble Veneer, accept responsibility for the thrones of ascension that have been vacated so irresponsibly. Rest assured, our God, the Lord your God, sends that He will never ever abandon you the way our predecessor has. Let's see. Our ancestors, the rulers of Helheim, warned that such power was ill-suited to the pagans, beings of the woods. But this is not the time for speaking the words. We told us thou so. Instead, it is time for order, for peace, for everyone to come together under Fafnir's rule. Oh my goodness, Fafnir's. Nay, trouble yourselves not with the thrones of ascension, but leave them in our capable hands. Attend to your own people, and we will attend to you. Come on, have overthrown our Ani masters. All hail to Tortuga-san, revered pretender of the thrones of ascension. We shall settle our lands and seek peace with peaceful neighbors. A good sword is the one left in its scabbard. All glory to the name of Tortuga-san. I like it. Okay, so the only people that really threatened us was the Dominion of Man. I won't send any messages this turn, but I will send some messages out next turn because I'm going to think about what I actually want to send. But I went ahead and wrote down some things in my notebook so I have an idea on what I want to say. Okay, let's see. We got our Acolyte here, and then just everybody making their proclamation. And there we go. We can actually go ahead now and see what we're dealing with around these provinces. Let's go ahead to army setup now and quickly toss units around as need be. It doesn't necessarily matter. They can kind of just be in groups for now, and I'll keep some of them separate too, but actually, we should go ahead and place any of the units that can fire for the most part, because these guys got long spears, short swords, javelins. Oh, they do have javelins. Okay. And we've got some Knights of the Unholy Sepulchre from Airmore. They're sacred. So that's really good. We want them to attack the closest enemy. And we'll put them up here in the front as well. Okay, nothing else in particular that I've got to worry about. But we do have, let's see, Spellbreaker. And you're a sacred unit. With priest level 1. Okay, no research ability. I didn't think so, but we do got having a priest is not necessarily a bad thing either. Especially being a sacred unit. Okay, let's go ahead now and we'll get a bishop now. And then we do want to start advancing. I think our army is large enough now that I feel confident in being able to advance. Probably in this direction, so we can get down towards the throne as quick as possible. And like I said, I'm not going to send any messages off until next turn. And then for research, we'll touch on that once we actually get some people who can research. So yeah, that is the end of turn 2. I'll see you guys in turn 3. Alright, in turn 3, let's see, we've got a messenger, so we'll go ahead and read that real quick. Ashen Empire, your silence fools no one. Speak your intentions if your tongue is not yet so decayed as to prevent you from doing so. Glory to the name of Tortuga-san. Let's see, cast revive bishop. Okay, there was a battle, which is an unexpected event. Nature gems +2. Alright, actually, yeah, let's go ahead and watch the battle. I don't normally watch all of them, but I do want to have get a little bit of a feel for how my army's looking. Might want to mess with his abilities a little bit, but blessing's fine for now. I think we're going to be okay. Sacred units there just plowing right through, so that's good. I know we're going to be okay, but I still want to watch it. Look at all the banishment, though. That's alright, though. Nice, we almost got them all. Not that it really matters, but... Okay, so that secures us a province there. We're going to go ahead and send some messages off. Let's go ahead first and send a message to Man, since they messaged us last time. They basically disrespected us by saying they were going to declare a war with us, so I went ahead, I actually put together some messages here. This will be a little bit longer of a turn because I got to type all these out. But I wanted to put some messages together for all these guys here who messaged me. Some of them with threats. So. Let's see. Oh, these guys are gonna love me. I'm just gonna disrespect everybody. Alright, let's send a test message to that, or a message to them. We're going to go ahead and send one off to Van Heim. I pre-wrote a lot of these up, so this is good though. This is good. And if you guys want to go back and see the last turn, you could rewind the video and see what these guys wrote back to me, but All right. Oh. Haha. All right, and then who disrespected me? Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. Oh boy. Okay. Is there anybody else I should message? Agartha. And Olm. I didn't actually pre-write this one out, so I'm thinking. Just start to slowly plant the seeds of contempt between all of them. Let's go ahead and mess around a little bit with what we've got. So, all right. We got our bishop now. That gives us a little bit more priest level. I guess we can go ahead and start preaching dominion if we want to in certain areas. But we should... I need a Dusk Elder, and I can't get one. I cannot get a Dusk Elder because I do not have enough Death Gems. So, we're just going to have to kind of work on it. We should probably keep getting lictors, but let's get a spectator here so we can do a little bit of exploring. Other than that, I'm not too concerned. Biggest thing is going to be moving forces around and continuing to take provinces, as many as I can, as quickly as I can. Hopefully once we get our Lich, we can go ahead and, our Lich King, we can go ahead and start summoning better things and getting a better army together. I also need a prophet, but I don't necessarily want, really I don't want either of these. I'm kind of hoping I'll get like a random or something to be a prophet. Maybe some more long dead. Better than just sitting there. Actually, I should have done that last turn. I want to make a point of that. I should have had him reanimate last turn. Okay, so we sent out some... I really need to start working on research, but hopefully we're going to wait. We have to wait for a unit that we can actually do that with. But yeah, we are at the end of this turn. So send some messages off. We'll see what kind of replies we get. And we'll keep expanding out. So yeah, see you guys next turn. Okay, in turn 4, we got a messenger from Man. Now, I don't think these guys have gotten... I just submitted all those messages last turn, and I don't think they'll get them until actually this turn, so I won't get a response until next turn. But, silence, we pray to all that is holy that you yet slumber, and that is the reason for your lack of words. Our fear is that it may simply be that the tongue has but rotted away inside your pestilent mouth. Okay, these guys are definitely working against me, because everybody seems to have the tongue joke, but I also... told Man that I'd rip their tongue out and cast it upon the ground, so... oh, we have received one death gem from... Espadal? A spottle? Well, I think we're going to be good friends. Death Stink has cast Revive a Spectator, and there was a battle. Go ahead and watch the battle. Like I said, we're not going to watch all of them, but I do like to watch a few just to get a feel for my army. We may watch most of them. It's important for me to kind of see how my army is working so I can tweak it if need be. But it looks like we're doing pretty good. I like that our sacred units kind of got right up back here. It ran past the main front line. Doing a little rough here, but the fact that we don't necessarily retreat is a huge buff. And our sacred unit's still holding out, but they're pretty powerful right now. Okay, we definitely need to rebuild this setup. And then what do we got here? Hollow, the Bishop of Eldergate. That was the guy we sent down there. We can have him reanimate. Become a prophet. Have him search for magic sites. Although he doesn't really have. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's a little bit of research there. Are these the same? Yeah, they are. Okay. So we can have some more casting going on. I'm going to have him actually do some researching now because that's what we need to do. And then we still got lots of reanimating going on. You can see that what's going on there. And then here we're going to have him go ahead and actually get us another. We need a Dusk Elder at some point. But go ahead and get us another Lictor. In fact, though, we can't get it. Obviously, we can't get a Dusk Elder until we've got Death level 3. Well, hopefully getting our Prophet sooner rather than later. But we'll get another Lictor so we can get another army going. As for here, no undead units spawning. Okay. Actually could recruit a scout technically. Alright. And boy, I need to keep pushing into provinces, but our army is getting kind of rough. This is where Airmore kind of is tough, you know? You got to keep going back and replenishing your armies and jumping between provinces. A lot of microing units around. Okay, man is going to get our message this turn, so that'll be hilarious, and it'll put a smile on my face. I think we could go ahead and go into Conjuration, because that's going to give us, you know, obviously we get a lot of revives here. But then all the ones in blue are kind of special to Airmore. We can get the Revive the Wailing Lady, the Lictorian Guard, Pride of Lions. We've got, let's see, Pride of Lions. The caster summons a Pride of Great Lions and bends them to a service. Lictorian Guard's pretty important. What do we got here? Wailing Ladies, those are pretty important. Great number. Lictorian Legions, pretty important. And then there's some in here too that are important, you know, King of Bane Fires, but where there's one here that's super Ghost, Spectre, Mound Fiends are pretty important, Wraith Lord, Bane Lord, we want to get Bane Lords at some point. So obviously we're going to have to work on a lot of Conjuration. If you guys got suggestions for magic I should go for as well, just let me know and I'll make a push, but I can't promise anything. Go search for magic sites there like I said, but I don't think it's necessarily going to help us. And then he's just going to keep reanimating warriors because that's, oh nope, reanimate warriors because that's pretty important. Just get me some long dead warriors for now. Okay, so that is the end of this turn. I'll see you guys next turn. Alright, in turn 5, I'm really excited for this turn because we're going to go ahead and see what kind of responses I got back from my message. So, Airmore. Yes, a messenger has arrived from Ulm. To the Lich King, your unnatural life is a blight on this world and you would have us all join you in your unlife. Keep away from the lands of Ulm and we may yet have peace. The armored people of Ulm. Okay, well, fair enough. A message has arrived from Asphalt. Great. As a sign of our alliance, I share with you the location of my grove at 4-5. We shall remove these weaker nations indeed. Yes. Now, Asphodel is being played by Dwarf Comic, and well, I wouldn't put it past him to completely backstab me, as is his nature, as I feel is his nature. I will assume that because he's playing Asphodel and he's kind of evil as well, Even though we would have to do battle at the end of the game, because there could only be one clear victor, I wouldn't put it past him to actually really need this alliance. And I'm sure he could be playing me too, because he knows how bad I need this alliance as well. I'm sure he's well aware of the fact that that nobody's going to ally me aside from him. Other than that, nobody else messaged us, so I guess my other messages fell on deaf ears. Death stinks, so we got Revive Lictor, search for magic sites, we didn't find any. Okay. Alright, so we moved our army up here. We wanted to grab more troops. We've got clearly plenty of them. We'll just go ahead and throw them where we can fit them. They don't have to be in any particular order. I will keep the sacred units together. But aside from that, we'll just put everyone where we can. That'll be fine. Why don't you stay here for now? Okay. Alright. What do we want to do? We definitely want to take this throne at some point, but I don't think we're even remotely close to having it yet. A ghoul. Okay. And we do got a scout now, so let's go ahead. He said his province was in 45. 45. There's a province searching tool, right? Map filters. Income box. Doesn't really matter. I'll keep that on. I can't. I'm sure there's a way to know. Oh, right. It's right around here. Right, usually the provinces are somewhat grouped together. $45. Where the heck is this guy? I know there's a way to look. Where is... Maybe not. Maybe there's not a way to look. Names. Oh, I guess this is something I can do on the off time of my turn. I wanted to find him. I would like to know how close he actually is. I know you guys know if you're watching, but I do not know. Is he around these thrones here? There can only be... Oh, 45. Wow, he's right next to me. Found it. Okay, Airmore, I'm 4. Let me send him a message. I am but a few provinces away in... let me put let us grow. Okay. All right. I just wanted to send something quick off to let him know that I was thinking of him. All right. Go ahead and do some more researching. Oh, no. We want you to keep casting. We can actually, let's see. If we shift click, we should be able to, he'll just keep going for it. So why don't we just keep reviving some lictors? We should actually send him something too. I don't necessarily know what is useful to him, but I've got 2 nature gems, so I'll go ahead and send them. because I've got them and I don't need them. So maybe he can use them, maybe he can't. I guess we'll find out. We need to keep getting provinces, and we will kind of move towards his borders. But now that I know that he's up here, somewhere's in this, he's right here. So now that I know he's right here, he's but a short distance away. We'll go ahead and move our scout south and see if we can find the other players. Actually, I wouldn't doubt that there's somebody like right over here somewheres. So we'll move this way and then that way. But provinces we want to expand towards. I mean, I'm kind of going to be taking this whole area. That's the goal. So I guess we'll move out. But I'm going to want to kind of bottleneck some of these areas. I really want to go for that throne soon. But if I move this way and then come around, it might be, actually might not be a bad idea. Because then I can always bounce back in here, bounce out. Right? Can I? No, I can't go there. But I could go here, bounce back, go here. And then come around as soon as more troops are here. And I'm going to revive a lictor, but then I might get another commander at some point too. So, yeah. And then we're going for conjuration, but you got a lot of you guys actually suggested some other really good things too. I just got to remember them. I'm going to have to go back and take notes. Enchantment. I thought somebody said something about enchantment 5. Ah, yes, enchantment 5. Pale Riders, Horde of Skeletons. Very important. Raise dead, so enchantment's something we need to go towards. Reanimate archers, Amorian legions. That's the spell reanimates an entire legion of dead soldiers from the old empire. That's a big deal. We need level 6, like big time. Fields of the Dead, Army of the Dead. So conjuration. Actually, I'm only going for this because I wanted. I want to at some point get Lictorian guards and Bane. But it wasn't just Bane. What was it? Lictorian Legion would be so good, though. I might get that. What else was there? Undead Mastery. Black Death. I think it was Shade Bolt or Control the Dead. Burden of Time. That would really tick them off. I'm probably going to go for it. Nothing would make me happier than just upsetting all of them with that spell. Because they're all going to gang up on me anyways. So at this point, I just want to make them super upset. Skeletal Legion. Bone Grinding. I'm going to have to really take a look at these. Utter Dark. That's another big one. That's a huge one. Yeah, we want that one too. So, okay, so we're going for a lictor. You know what? I changed my mind. That's a silly thing to do. We definitely need to get more spectators. We definitely need more research. So let's go ahead and do that. In fact, my bad. I actually want to go ahead and just get like a ton of those. Okay, so and that's where we stand then for the end of this turn as well as the end of the episode. So this will be the first episode, and by the time you watch this, we'll already be a couple turns ahead. So do feel free to leave tips down below in the comments. Anything that you think might help me in the long term, but remember that any short-term tips are not really going to help me all that much. But definitely looking for some suggestions for magic. There's all sorts of routes I can take, so I know a lot of you guys left some really good tips on my introduction episode, and keep leaving them because they're definitely going to help me. And then remember, no spoilers, please. But thank you again for joining me. I do hope you guys enjoyed this first turn, and I look forward to seeing you next time.